The summer of 2019 was brutally dry in the high desert of northeastern Arizona. On the edge of Navajo Nation land, the Morgan family owned a small cattle ranch that had been in the family for generations. Quiet, remote, and surrounded by red mesas and open sky. It was the kind of place where strange things could happen, and no one would hear you scream. For the first time in decades, something was wrong. Animals were acting strange. Dogs refused to go outside at night. The horses were skittish. And 3 cows went missing. Not stolen, just vanished. No prints, no blood, no signs of struggle. One night, Joseph Morgan, the father, heard his name being called from the tree line behind the barn. It was his daughter Emma's voice. But Emma was asleep in the house. Joseph grabbed his shotgun and walked outside, the moon full and casting long shadows. Again he heard it, Dad. Come help me, but it didn't sound right. The voice was off, hollow, like someone trying to sound human, but not quite getting it. He didn't go into the trees that night. The next morning, claw marks, deep, thick ones, were found on the side of the barn, higher than any animal should be able to reach. But Heidi always chalked it up to scary stories meant to keep kids from wandering off at night. A week later, the Morgans called in their neighbor, a Navajo rancher named Tom Yazzie. Tom had lived on the land his whole life. When Joseph told him about the voice in the trees, Tom went pale. "You're not dealing with coyotes," he said. "That's a skinwalker." Joseph had heard the legends growing up, cursed beings that could take animal form and mimic voices to lure victims. A tall, twisted figure, part human, part animal, crawling along the fence line on all fours. 8 feet tall, black eyes, and a wolf-like head, with patches of matted fur. It grinned at him. Its limbs were too long. Its movement was jerky and unnatural, like it was glitching through reality. That belief vanished the next evening. Emma was outside feeding the chickens when she heard her mom calling for help. Moments later, Joseph heard something laughing outside the kitchen window, a low, wheezing laugh that sounded like it came from someone who had never laughed before. But her mom wasn't home. Terrified, she ran inside. He warned the Morgans to never respond to voices they heard at night. "They need permission," he said. "If you answer them, you invite them in. No blood, no tracks." The fence was undamaged. "They don't just appear for fun," he warned. "Something called them here. Someone brought them." Tom came over with a medicine bag and sage. One night, Joseph had enough. He was sitting on the porch with his rifle when he saw it. This one had the face of a deer, but walked like a man, and it stared at her for nearly 10 minutes without blinking. Then it stood up. Joseph raised the gun and fired. He doesn't answer voices anymore, not even when they sound like his late wife. The shot hit it square in the chest. It stumbled, dropped to one knee, and let out a deep, rattling laugh, a sound that didn't belong in this world, and it disappeared. Not ran, not crawled. It blinked out of existence. When the police came, they found the shell casing and Joseph's boot prints, but nothing else. But the next morning, Emma found something hanging on the porch railing. A dead rabbit, skinned but still warm. The Morgans didn't sleep much after that. Tom came back and told them the land had become wrong. A week later, Emma saw a second creature standing in the distance. A different one. After that, the family packed up and left. They sold the ranch within the year. They never went back. But Tom still lives nearby. He keeps his windows boarded at night. He swears the land remembers. They're still there, waiting for someone to answer.